According to marketing profs, companies that align their sales and marketing teams achieve 208% higher marketing revenues. And that is why I invited my guest, Marc Decker. He is the Director of Sales for North America for Automatic-Systemes. He brings decades of experience to us today. But before we get started, my name is Donna Peterson, and you are listening to the B2B Marketing Excellence Podcast. I go all over the world talking with marketing managers, business owners, sales directors about their industries, what's working, what's not, so that you can get tips and tactics that will help your business grow into the future. So let's jump in and get these insights from Marc. Hi, Marc. How are you today?
So far, so good. Thank you very much for the invitation and to be here.
Oh, I thank you, because your insights, being a sales director, is going to be invaluable to our audience.
Okay, thank you. Then let us start.
Yes. My first question for you is, what are the most effective sales techniques and strategies that you've used in your business, and how can other sales professionals apply them to their own industries?
Yeah, today it's very complicated, something to find one technique or to see one technique, because you have a lot of possibilities today, not 40 years ago or 50 years ago, to find out what the provider provides or what the company is able to provide. And especially you have exhibitions, you have your internet, you have social media, and so on. I think a very important point is the personal relationship to the customers, to persons. And it's always not easy, I would say, because sometimes you don't know your contact person, but you know the company. Then you have to find out who is your contact person. But with this, it helps a lot to visit the company, to see the homepage of the company, and then to double check by LinkedIn, maybe who is the person or who is the right person for you in this kind of company. Especially I'm here sitting in Germany, but I'm acting also in North America, in the United States or Canada, and it's not easy to travel by or to go by to the customers, and then you have to try to contact the people, and this is very important. And one of the main issues for a salesperson is not only to speak, to hear also what is your counterpart saying, what he likes to get or to find out what is the general situation for the company. Especially we are talking today about automotive industry and automotive industry with internal combustion engines. But today everybody is asking here in Europe, maybe you have Tesla in the United States, about electrical cars as well.
Oh, yes.
BEVs and something else, and to find out. So you have always to adjust you to the market as well. The market or the persons, how they act, is in Germany different. In Europe also, with Spain is different to Germany as with the United States and Asia as well. I spend a lot of time in Asia too. And they are acting totally different as we Germans.
So you've got to do a lot of research on your end.
Before.
To get the individual, but also understand cultural or geographical issues of what's going on, what's important to them, where they're sitting. But I do feel, and do you agree with me, that if you do that research up front, it will pay off in the long run?
Yes. You have to understand what they are doing. And important is also if they have a close or very good contact to our competitors. It's very interesting as well. Or you need your network. This is important too. I had one case in the business of large pipe mills, and I heard only that there's a big project on the market. And you can believe a big pipe mill, you have not 10 or 20 or 30 projects on the market. Right now, we are talking about one project per year, something else. Today, less maybe for oil and gas. And then I tried to get the contact. And then one of my partners said, okay, in my network, I can't tell you who is it or what's going on because I signed the NDA. And then I try again. And I used my completely network to find out what is ongoing. And after a while, I got the information I have to go to Britain, not personally, but to talk with a company in Britain. But the project was between a Japanese company and the company who paid for this in Abu Dhabi. And then we came into this project. We were the last one, but we had a good chance this time to be with the competitors and quote such kind of big pipe mill. But unfortunately, different reasons for this. One of the main competitors, they got this complete project, but we are talking about not only 1,000, not 1 million. We talked about 3-digit million euro or US dollar. And
so you're like a detective figuring all this out and going to the different places and finding the people. But it pays off because you do need that personal connection with the individuals nowadays. It's not 40 years ago where you would send out a sales letter or a proposal and they would respond back.
No, this is a big issue to send a proposal by email. The customers or the persons at customer side, they got so many emails or letters today. Normally, they will directly scrap the letter. You need a special way to do it. I will not say this is impossible to reach persons with this. But what I'm always saying to my sons is, if they like to have a relationship with a young lady, I think I would use an ink pen and a good sheet of paper and to handwrite a letter or something else. This makes it special.
It's funny you should say that. My son is in sales right now. And I said, did you send each of the people who bought from you a written thank you note?
Yes.
And he didn't. And I said, I would definitely do that because it is amazing how a written note can go so far.
A handwritten note.
Yes.
With an ink pen or with a good ball pen.
I do it with I do even a nice card. Like I try to think of the person's personality and get a card, and then I handwrite the note to thank them, because that takes a lot more time and effort that shows you truly care.
This is what I'm always saying. You write very quickly an email, but to write a letter and to make no failures with no automation in correction or something else, it takes more time. You have to think more about this. And this is totally different to some tools you have today available, like ChatGPT, but you are able to use ChatGPT. You can type in, you like to write a nice letter, and then you have to handwrite it. You copy it directly on your paper.
How do you know that I do that?
No, sometimes I use ChatGPT as well, and to find out what is possible to write and something else. If I have no idea, and then sometimes you can use modern technologies to support you.
Yes. Yes. I think that definitely helps, because a lot of times I wouldn't do the handwritten note because I didn't feel like my words got my sentiments or my feelings across properly. And I do use ChatGPT now to help supplement or finesse what I've written.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
And ChatGPT supports you as well to find out customers, something else, and to type in. It's not always actual. You cannot trust 100% ChatGPT. So you need your own education, knowledge, something else, your own feeling. Is it okay or it's not okay? But it will be better and better in future. And I like to come back to one of a well-known American guy, Warren Buffett. Yeah. And he agreed with his partner, died this year, to do 1 hour per day, nothing, or to read books. Because if they read books, they train their fantasy, I would say, or ideas.
Yes.
And this is very important as well. So we have to come back. It's a hybrid solution, I would say. You have to come back to modern technologies like ChatGPT, something else. But on the other end, you have to use analog things, I would say, like books. I read books only as a paper version, not digital.
Yeah,
And
I'm the
this,
same way. I like the paper version. I've read more and more studies about how that keeps your brain active
yeah,
and creative, because you're right, we can't use ChatGPT for everything. Otherwise, this is going to
yeah.
die sooner or later.
Abs-
So,
It's the same. It's the same with television or with
yes,
videos or movies, because if you have a nice, it's a picture book, I would say, from well-known photographers. You have your picture. You need the feeling from the picture, and then you think what he thought to take the picture or to print the picture or to put the picture inside of the book. What is the picture saying? And this is very important. And then you train your fantasy or your view of the world
yeah.
and something
Well,
else.
it's
And
like
this is
when you're
very
reading
important.
a book, you start to form the characters of how they actually look.
Yeah.
Versus in the pages, you're not getting that, but you're picturing it the way you want it to be. And that's why I feel when you read a paper book or you get that personal letter, there's more feeling to it.
And you are successful
Yes,
because the left side will be thicker and thicker. You come more and more close to the end, and
yes,
then you see you reach something, and this is
yeah,
very important. But I like to come back how to act to get or how to see my position as a salesman. It's sometimes I'm comparing it with army. So I'm a pioneer. So I prepare the way for the other people.
hmm
I go into areas nobody was before. And this is sometimes very interesting. I
yes.
see a lot of interesting companies, and maybe it will fit or it doesn't fit. And
But you get to know them.
yeah,
Because,
absolutely.
like you
Yeah,
said, sometimes it doesn't work, but then sometimes it does work, and it's an area you wouldn't have normally gone after.
it's the same as we met us the first time. You have to
Yes.
think about this. You had a lecture
Mhm.
during a conference,
Yeah.
and I thought this is very interesting what this lady talking about. And then I came to you, and we spoke a little bit about this. And this is very interesting. So to have the first contact, to talk with people, and this is very important. I get new information. I can change a little bit. So I'm not only on one way. So I'm always saying I'm right. No, I don't. I can use the right exit or the left exit as well. So I need my path, no question. But I must be able to go a little bit right or left, and to adjust myself as well. And this is it's the same with the salesperson. If the customer has some issues or some needs or something else, I must be able to adjust our technology, maybe if it's possible, to their needs.
That's important now because it is all about what benefits does it offer the customer. It's no longer about companies talking about their features or how long
Yeah.
we've been in business. World Innovators has been around for 43 years. Who cares?
Yeah.
No one cares. It's how can you help them?
Yes. You don't talk too much about advantages.
Yes,
Advantages we provide. We have to talk about customer benefits.
right.
What are the benefits for the customer? And this is very important. And we have to adapt us to the market needs, especially here in Europe or in Germany.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure with the United States. You have a different thinking in the United States, absolutely. But the green way, it's very important.
Yes.
This means to produce our machines or develop our machines or to produce energy, green energy, to use our PCs or computers to develop, to design parts and to build the parts, to run the machine, something else, then to send the completely line or the machines out to the customer with energy recovery systems or with start-stop functions so that the energy use of the machines will be lower and lower and lower in future.
Yes.
But this helps our customers as well because the margin can be higher for them because they have only less energy costs, and the price of the parts they are producing can be on the same level maybe, and so they earn a little bit more money.
That is a top priority here in the States. Everyone's calling it your ESG initiative,
Yes.
but it's all about reducing the energy that you use and the costs, but it's helping with our environment, and it has to be top of mind for everyone right now. So now our second
Absolutely.
question, which I think we've
Yeah.
probably already answered, is can you share, are there any current trends or technology advancements in manufacturing that you feel have significantly impacted the sales process?
It's a digitalization.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. I thought
We
for
talked
sure you were
about
going to go to that.
we talked about this.
But
This
I thought since
changed
we
a
already
lot.
hit
This
on
changed a lot.
ChatGPT.
Yeah, this changed a lot. And coming back to last year when we met us the first time, you introduced a lot to me. What's possible, what's not possible. And this was maybe there was a lot of technical lecture in this conference. But so I'm an engineer, so I heard a lot of technology, something else. But to hear something about what can be used
Yeah.
for digitalization like ChatGPT and so on, this is very interesting for me because we have to be flexible for the future. So I'm not anymore 20 or 25. So normally in my age, everybody's saying it's difficult to put new technology in and to use new technology. But this cannot be anymore the position because we have to learn our entire life.
We have to be
more
evolving.
and more. Yeah, more and more. And this is very important for us. Often you have companies, I'm talking a little bit about Germany. I read it in an economic newspaper that they are talking about digitalization, but they mean Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or something else. I would say, excuse me for the word, but I like the word, it's chicken shit. And you have to talk about cloud services to be able to get more and more information, or to say, okay, the cloud service, you have a cloud for service so that your customers are able to come in and to interact in between what's going on, how you can do this and this. Okay, they have their own knowledge and their secrets, no question, but maybe you can use it for customer goods, I would say.
Yes.
In the internet, I had this issue with this device. One body the same, or had the same issue and how they solved it, and so on. But coming back to the salesperson.
But that's just so within ChatGPT, you can set up your own individual GPT. So it's just on your own, and you can have all those frequently asked questions so that your customers can go right in there and ask the question and get the answer, along with a lot of other detailed information that you might have on your services or products.
I said, as I said before, so LinkedIn, ChatGPT, cloud services, this changed the sales process absolutely. Not only in the direction to the customer, from the customer to us as well, because they place their specification inside of the cloud or inside of a different system, and everybody has the same access to this. And you have your templates. You have to fill out your templates, and then they are able to compare directly one by one the different kind of suppliers or possible suppliers, and so on. And this changes a lot the situation as well. But you have to see the different kind of businesses as well. So if you have the automotive,
as a sales director, how do you get or motivate your team to implement all these things that you're thinking about?
I think it's a question also from the age. So young people are totally different. They have everything on their smartphone. It's not my world. My sons use the smartphone only as well. I need a laptop, so a little bit wider, bigger systems. But we have to make this ways more attractive, I would say, for the persons. And we have, I think you too, an interesting word for this from a total different technology or business areas. This is gamification. So gamification means only from the people they program the games for the video games or PC games or whatever. I'm not in this business, luckily, and I'm not a player on PC or a game fan on PCs or something else. And to make this kind of technologies more attractive, so you win something, or it's very interesting, and you want to have the next step, next step, and so on. And you, after a while, you get a bonus for this, more or less, to come to this place. And in my new presentation, I will have a new presentation during the FabTech in Orlando. I'm talking about gamification as well. especially for the visualization of the machines. And this can be also a key point for the future to make your machines, your systems more attractive. And you have to talk with the people, but you have to see.
That's a great idea, because everyone loves that.
Yeah.
They want to win the prize. They want to be the best.
Maybe there are 300 hunters inside of the company. So you build it a little bit at the end, you have success or something else, whatever, or a feature main. You fish something special out of this. No, not this, but the systems must be, and this is what I like a lot in the United States, the word KISS, keep it simple and stupid. Yes. I like it. So I'm a technician. Okay, I have two hearts in my breast. This means to talk about technology, it's no question. But on the other side, I like if a system runs only with 3 buttons or 4 buttons and produces the same goods as if you have a very complicated machine. And this is I think this is a goal, more or less, to get this kind of system.
Definitely, especially with all the labor shortages that a lot of manufacturers talk about. If you can simplify the process, and then we've seen it where they're putting AI into the machines, where maybe you can have one individual that can man 3 different machines, it's going to help with those labor shortages.
And on the other side, I'm not 100% in the PC technology or in artificial intelligence or something else, but I would try to test what an AI system would say to run a complete system. This means not only to be programmed by a human being, be programmed by an AI system, to put only the limitations in and to say, what is your result? And I would say you will have a lot of surprises at the end, and the surprises will work.
Excellent, excellent.
And as a salesman, you must be open. You must be open. You must be curious for the new technologies. You have to hear what the customer is saying to adapt yourself. But you must be trustful, I would say, because don't lie in front of your customer. If something is not possible, you have to say it's not possible.
You have to be authentic nowadays. And I think if you have a mistake, own it. Just make sure you're always being authentic, because that always everything's a ripple effect, good and bad.
Absolutely. The people must trust you, and this is very important. And if it is impossible or we have no solution for this, okay, we don't have a solution. Right. I have not to take the idea from the customer or inquiry from the customer back to home, and we are talking about 4, 5, 6 weeks about this. This makes no sense. If I take something with me to our company in Germany, then we talk in the next day or 2 days, in 2 days, and then I send our decision to the customer, quick and short. But then the customer is more happy about this, to get a directly decision. Yeah. It's possible or it's not possible. We have not to waste money and time.
We don't have that. So what would you say are some of the biggest challenges as your role as a sales director?
The sales director has 2 main roles, more or less. This is once to get new orders, but the new orders also with your team. So you have to educate your team as well. If the team needs education or something else, a special training course or something else, then you have to organize this for your team as well. And I'm always saying the team has to run on a long leash, but you have your limitations. If you have your numbers, you have to say
some autonomy. They've got to have some autonomy on their own.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Because we are individuals, and the one is saying, I go in this and this direction, the other in this and this, but you need every time in special periods a feedback talk with your people, or you must be open to talk always with your people, with your man or woman, and this is very important. And I had it in one company, and I had a very bright marketing lady, and I organized a special course for Adobe, and we produced our brochures this time by ourselves. This is not so easy, but we did it, and we have some fantasy to do it. We know a little bit the rules and what you can do and what you can't do. And she was a trainer for voltigieren. This is gymnastics on horses. People are on the horses and they have special figures on the horses, something like that. She was a trainer for this. And every Saturday, she had a group of persons, young girls and boys. But if we were close to an exhibition, she knew exactly the 4 weeks before the exhibition, Saturdays is cancelled for her. So we were inside of the company and we worked for the exhibition to produce a brochure, something else. Yeah. And on the other hand, she had a little bit more freedom and she was free to organize their daily life, more or less. And this is very important as well. You on the one side, everybody has to know how they have to act in a special area, in a special time, something else. But on the other side, they have their freedom. And I trust first the persons. Very, very important is trust. And the people have to trust you. And
as a sales director, you've got to be patient, but you've got to be a good
listener, yes. And on the other hand, you must be sometimes a dictator as well.
You do. You can't, like we said, there's some autonomy, but there has to be some broader boundaries in order to keep the sales team headed in the same direction.
Yes.
You don't want your sales team all off in this way. And it's great if sales and marketing can talk together, because then everything is heading towards that ultimate goal for the company to grow.
Yes, yes. And we need the same language.
Yes.
So it cannot be possible that one guy is saying this and the lady is saying this and this. So the main course or the main route must be the same one. We are not often use the same words. No, this is what I don't like to say. But the general direction must be the same.
Yes.
What we can do and what we can't do. And this is very important. And very important is if you have some discussions under 4 eyes, the opposite and me, something else, and never in front of a customer, of foreign people or outside people. This
so
cannot be as well.
You're basically teaching proper sales etiquette.
Yeah.
Which, it's funny, we think it's so common sense, but some people don't understand what the etiquette is. Like, you don't have not a dispute or a certain conversation in front of the customer. That is something that should be done in private. Marc, I want to thank you for your time today. I think you gave us a lot of good insights that we can use, because as marketers, we have to understand the sales side. And you gave that to us, showing us that we need to be patient. We have to be innovative in looking at the new things that are coming available to us, whether it is the AI tools or something else. But it also goes back to listening to our teams and also doing our research before we jump in.
Listening to your team and to other people as well, and to build your own opinion. And this is very important.
It is. It is. So, thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah, thank you very much, Donna. Have a good day. I will see.
Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the World Innovators B2B Marketing Excellence Podcast. If you'd like to be updated when new episodes come out, don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out our social media accounts to stay up to date on B2B marketing trends.